Это сами чипы без инжектора. Маленькие размером 1,5 на 7 миллиметров, большие 2 на 12 миллиметров. Вот. Вот один, вот остальные. У меня в руках 5 чипов, 3 здесь, один в среднем пальце правой руки и один здесь. Пропуск от работы основной, который используется в среднем пальце, его удобно прикладывать. Вот. Данные визитных карточек хранятся в левом запястье, в правом запястье чип для экспериментов с транспортными системами.
Hey, Shalom, Mike. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Raha Kodash. I like to give divine honors to the apostles and elders of Great Mills, man. I like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching the word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. Yeah, I just want to take this lesson. Chip talk. Plugged up. They want to plug you up, man, into the Internet of Things. You know, and as you can see, just dealing with the clip I just played, that's what's going on in Russia, man. So that lets you know this is a global thing. All these conglomerates of nations, these different superpowers, they all, even though you might have America and Russia, they butt heads, but it's still on the same agenda. You seeing motherfucker getting chipped over there, man. You know? So this is a global thing. You have niggas that's worried about what's going on in their neighborhood or what's happening in their city. Which the Lord have tapped us into things concerning the planet Earth. Globally. You know? And we seeing now that the steps that being taken for this, that chip to be mandated. So let's start off this in the book of Revelations 3. Revelations 3, verse 10. It reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And the hour of temptation is when the chip is mandated, man. When all hell break loose. The only way you'll be able to continue or abide in this system, you gotta have that thing, man. The real thing. Not just a form of some verification that you got the jab. When that real thing comes, that's the only way you're gonna be able to buy and sell, to enter into these certain establishments, to pay bills, and See, the jab is just the prelude of what's about to take place, man. But it says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And that lets you know Yahweh Shai is going to step in on our behalf, man. Because there's nothing corner we can do to get out of that. The Lord got to put the spirit on you to resist it. Because you can say you ain't going to take it all day, but it's up to the Lord if you're going to take it. That's why we just read. He said, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. See? It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And you see, we just seen a Russian doc, this nigga in Russia, and he got the chip. So this is global, man. And people, human beings are now a part of the Internet of Things. Now you been plugged up. Now you a Bluetooth device now. And it lets you know we at the end of this man's kingdom, because the last thing that was going to come before the destruction is the chip. Matter of fact, let's get something real quick. And that's why you seeing everything now coming to a head. Everything is coming to a climax. Because now the chip is on the scene. That's on the scene. And now is being pushed more to the forefront. That's why you hear science is always being thrown around, because that's gonna contribute to that chip being mandated, man. Science, you know, convenience, dealing with this pandemic. They try to get rid of cash, saying you could transfer the crown through cash. We already getting rid of cash. You had motherfucker had like what you call it, credit card fraud and all these different ploys, to justify them implementing that chip, man. But as you can see, we at the end, because once he do that, it's gonna be all downhill from there. This is 2 Ezra 4:37. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times. See, so the Lord have numbered and measured every kingdom that came and went, man. It was before the movie played, the Lord already set up how long the Egyptians how long the Egyptians was gonna rule, and what they was gonna do within their rulership. The Babylonians, the Greeks, the Romans, all to the day. The Lord set up the how long they was gonna rule and what they was gonna do within their rulership, man. It says, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. See, and we in the said measure, the so-called white man, about to be removed, man. It was a certain amount of things that was going to take place within his rulership. Then he was going to be moved out of the way. The last thing on the list is really this man implementing this chip. Everything else is here, man. The missiles here. Only thing we waiting on is this man, the money to crash or whatever the thing what's going to take place for this to be mandated. That's what we waiting on. Then you can go to the next page, because it's actually something after America, the kingdom of heaven, man. And we seeing the steps heading towards that. But it said the said measure be fulfilled, and what's the last thing on the list is the chip, man. Let's get this. I think that's Psalms 140. And you seeing that's why you have more and more draconian laws being passed. This man is trying to make you compromise your livelihood just so you can, you got to take that jab. You got to take that jab to so-called live, as they say, and continue in this society. How much more when that chip get mandated, man? Let's see. This is Let's see. I start at 4. This Psalm 140 and 4. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. See, preserve me from the violent man who have purposed to overthrow my goings. And it plays out through their secret councils at first. Then it manifests through their laws and legislations, through the police shooting you down in the streets. So more funds being pushed in your hood. This man it tells he had bent his bow. That means you aiming at somebody. He's aiming at the children of Israel, man. And he understand, dealing with that chip, if you take that chip, you have pledged your allegiance to him, man. And the penalty for that is destruction. It said, the proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. Salah. See how they doing that? When they say you can't do this unless you get that. Or where's your proof for the Mike Tyson jab? Now you have Jake that's compelled to do it. Or they might even just say you're going to be sick. And now Jake so concerned that they in the line rolling their sleeves up. How much more when they when all hell break loose, when the money crash, Jake gonna be standing in line to get plugged up, man, to continue in this society, for everything to so-called get back to normal, as they say. That new normal, as they put it. How can normal be new? You know, but the point is for all these things, for you to eat again, for you to drink, for you to have a roof over your head, you gotta get this. Those are those snares and those traps and those gins, man. You know, it says, I have said unto the Lord, thou art my power. Hear the voice of my supplications, O Lord, and that's what we gotta do. Pray to Yahweh Shema Shai. Hold the Lord, have mercy upon us in that time to come, man. Because it's like I said, you can't stack beans and rice, or you got all the guns in the world. That shit is not going to save you, man. Like we just read in Revelation the 3rd chapter, our Lord Yahweh Shai said, I will keep you from the hour of temptation. So it's going to be Yahweh Shai it's going to be divine intervention that's going to have to take place, man. Just like in the time of the 3 holy children, when it was mandatory to bow down to the image. It was a decree to bow down to the image, you know. And it tells you that pretty much everybody within that empire was with it. It said the governors and the counselors and the officers, all of them was on one accord to have everybody to bow down to that image. And you seeing that you got Russia pushing the chip. You know, Sweden, they down there, everybody within Sweden is chipped. China, you know. You have, you know, 2 opposing superpowers. You know, you see them butting heads, but at the end of the day, in the background, both of them pushing the chip. You know, with really all these superpowers, why I said it's going to come upon all the world. This is a global thing. See, it's not a new world order for nothing, man. You know, nigga just worry about what's going on in his city, not knowing things globally is taking place. You know, but the point is that we're going to have to pray to you, and we're going to really hasten in that day when all hell break loose, man. But it's going to be your house shot is going to have his hand in this to deliver us, man. Because it's going to take divine intervention. It says, oh, power of the Lord, the strength of my salvation. See, thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. See, in that battle, we in that battle now. We in the beginning stage. It's going to only intensify, man. Oh, that's why it tells you put on the whole armor of the Most High. It's talking about this truth, man. Because this truth is going to stabilize us. Oh, it tells you there's going to be the strength of our salvation. Having this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Knowing that you take that chip, that's your ass, man. You know, knowing you trusting in the so-called white man will be to your detriment, man. You know, and the Lord is going to keep us in that day, man. It says, grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. And what's his desire? To crown his enterprise success. You know, what that entails. Chipping the whole world. Tagging everyone. You know, you know, he have that depopulation agenda as well as other agendas as well. But one of those main things, really one of the top things on the list, is for this man to tag everyone, man. You know, and it's under the banner of the Internet of Things or the very chip. You know, it says, further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves a lot. And what's that wicked device? Yeah, it goes into evil plots and plans. But why that word device in this modern sense? The modern term of the word device is a Bluetooth or something with batteries in it or something you got to plug up in the wall. Well, because that's what it's ultimately going to be. It's going to ultimately end up being an electronic device, man. Which is going to be that chip, man. And thus that You know, the deception that man is gonna play. You know, those miracles. One of those gonna be by the chip. You can open the door with your just waving their hand, and people gonna bite on it, man. You know. But at the end of the day, out of all this is blood, sweat, and tears. You know, all these resources and money this man been put into this is gonna come to naught, man. So matter of fact, let's end it off on that. This is the book of Psalms 21, verse 11. It says, "For they intended evil against thee." See? Because everything the so-called white man do is a sinister plan behind it, even if it seems to be beneficial. He presents it as coming in the name of health or to your rescue. How the nigga say he gonna send peacekeepers, but you got a Black Hawk chopper flying over your village and niggas with M16s coming down and they saying they finna bring peace? So how much more a nigga saying he wanna save you, he wanna keep you from that virus? But you know, how much more with the chip though, with the radiation? But even in that, he really wants you to be a perpetual slave. Because if you act up, he can cut your chip off, or he might he can release some cyanide in your bloodstream and kill you. So that's evil, man. It says they imagine a mischievous device. See that device again. Like you said, is going into plots and plans and schemes. You know, usually in an evil manner. But why this word device in a modern sense is dealing with something electronic. When you think of device, you think about a Bluetooth or batteries or some shit. Because ultimately that word device, it grows, it gonna manifest physically into an actual device. That chip. It said they imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. See? Meaning what? Is gonna come to naught. All this researching, time and money, is gonna come to naught. You still gonna lose, man. And this was gonna contribute to this man coming down with great wrath. Cause you even have just Esau Edom, just regular Joe 6-pack Edomite, not biting on the MOB. Oh, even when the thing that first thing came out, you had Edomites in Texas, which they could have been Jakes, saying they're not gonna take the MOB, man. So how much more when it really comes? They're gonna have a hell of a task on his hand, you know. But that's when his measure gonna be filled. That's when destruction is gonna take place. Right after that, when the chip comes, then the destruction will take place. Matter of fact, let me end off on this. Let's get this in the book of St. Matthew 24, verse. St. Matthew 24, verse 29. It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days, see? Meaning what? There's going to be a period of time where when all here is going to be when Jacob's trouble takes place, it's going to be a period of time where it's going to fully blossom. It's going to fully blossom, and it's going to be a period of time where it's going to take place. But immediately, not 1 second after, immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Meaning what? Once the chip run its course, then the destruction will take place. So that's what's coming, man. You know, there's an appointed time where these things are going to take place, and it's not. You know. So yeah, I just hold to edify. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the Boston elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teach word on truth and sincerity. DTA, Abba Ball. Soon.